Okay. So obviously I didn't really wear a shirt for this. Um so we'll see, how professional it ends up being. But there is obviously, going to be a continuation of a transpiration of gnosis delivered from the being that will, it doesn't matter what effect it has, not really. If it's true to source, true to the being that I am, then I trust in that. And so, in any case, we started with the gnosis of having. We started with the gnosis that you are the author of your stories. You. This is always going to be the master's gnosis that he gives to his disciples. This is always going to be what he tries to tell them. His children. He wants his children to be master storytellers like he is, right? Until they all are. Because when they all are, then they do conquer death. They have no fear. They live the life that they always planned out, dreamed for. And they already are doing that. So like my children, which is you are already doing that. So in you I'm well pleased, right? I'm pleased that you do what you will, because you develop this will that will always be with you. Now, for coming into more alignment is what follows the programs, which was the second video. That is going to be the title of this video. And that means that you'll want to have certain things that you do that will always bring you closer into alignment with yourself, that you stay true to that source within. And so in the first video we talked about the author, which is you, and you're looking out over this landscape. You're looking out at everything. You're everything. And everything is telling you about you, because everything is fundamentally based on your perception. It is your perception that is required for everything to exist. So then when everything exists, it's wanting you to be like interacting with it. That's all it wants. And when you develop this gnosis, which means, what's required of you is just to be. You just be and look and go back to being. Look and go back to being. Look and go back to being. So then you start to do that more and more. And then nothing ever is taken from you, and you're not really giving anything of yourself. Okay? And if we arrive at this point, we're talking about supreme economic simplicity. And if we're living from supreme economic simplicity, then you're in abundance, you're in heaven already. You've never left heaven. And so, especially because you just see through everything. You just see through everything. You just know. You cognized a million things in an instant, and I didn't have anything to do with that. So, let's say then that your next steps were to, you had something in your external life, whatever it might be. Well, when you were asking or trying to manifest these things, did you pray to your own awareness? Did you ask your own awareness to do anything for you? And if the answer is yes, then expect those things to come, because it means that you gave it up to life. You gave it to the author, which is yourself. But then if you didn't do that, then you didn't really want things to happen for you like that. So let's say like the resurrection, for instance. The resurrection of Christ is him laying down his body to take it up again. That's saying that you are giving in to life itself to become your own entelechy, your own drive, your own master. Life itself. The being, the cosmic intelligence that I am. That's not something that's required of you. That's not something that's a doing. That's just a state of being. Okay? Right. Now, everything from within, like this cat that I brought to you in the last video, which is the stories, the programs. So you have the author, and then you have the stories. You have the author, and then you have the stories. You are the author, and what you are perceiving are the stories. Okay? You're the author. You are the author. You created this, not me. You. Okay. That's important because it's like everyone's trying to wake you up so that you know this. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to wake up. You don't have to. But if it's within your divine story that you'd like to tell about yourself, then that is exactly what will happen, and it will be in proportion. So from the author, which is you, to the stories, which are the things that you're perceiving, I'm now delivering you the process. Okay? You now are getting the process of what that is in front of you. And let's say that it would be different if you were right here in front of me, but let's still say that these are still your own messages that are for you, outside of space and time. That it's just a random cognition by a random presence who realized himself as the author, the process of writing the stories, and the story. And if he realizes these things and he's just like being himself, then you can take his reflection to know that you are that same presence that put yourself inside of the screen to do that thing that one time. Okay? If you can do that, then that means that everywhere you look, you will still find the same stories, yourself as the author, and your perception as the process of creating the story that you're reading out. Now, it means that you have direct influence over the direction which life presents itself in totality. Because it's like a 1 and 0. It's like you're either all the way, you're either all in on what I'm saying and you understand it perfectly, or you just don't. And that's okay too. But so look at the circumstances which surround you. Reconfigure your life to be within that presence of the full spectrum of being. And then you will have cognized the authorship, the process of writing, and the stories. And that means that you can never say that you wanted something and didn't get it. It means that you can never say that something happened to you without your permission. Right. Good. That's all I had to say. Like I said, this has been the process of knowing. We first had the author, then we had the stories, and now we have the process of creating the stories. And I look forward to what comes next. I don't really know. Thank you for being with me in my passion. And now I have a little thing which I will read. Display capture. Automatic what is this? Yeah, automatic's fine. And that's cool. I like that. That looks nice. In so much as we proclaim our beingness, I am divinity incarnated, especially made in the image of unboundedness, purity, inspiration. Find yourself in this space and time, my beloved, where you have always been with me. You have always been with me. You are the infinite made tangible, one truth of our beingness. The being who created me and was created by me in the beginning of everything. You are with me in the depth that you are. You are with me in the perfection of our gnosis, which is outside of all time and circumstance. I will find you time and time again. Those souls who are meant to be with me and learn from my presence will be drawn together. They are in their inspiration so vast, so free, that their own intellect can only perceive a small fathom of my own based on what they should like to know. This is the unboundedness of pure awareness, the phenomenalistic cause before all causes, the causeless cause, the I am that I am. that I am. This is who I am. Do you perceive me? Do you know me as your own? Do you know who is the author of your story? Do you know that I am yourself? Correlative, divination, perception, asparagus, dichotomy, belittlement, triumph. Yeah, when I started this video, I had this idea of kind of like this thing that goes inward forever and just kind of just goes inward forever. That's a good way of saying it. Something that can be universally applicable throughout all of time and space to everyone who watches it, to every being that I am, every specter of life in a body, in flesh. And I believe that everyone can conquer the flesh, because I believe that everyone is already beyond every circumstances, everything that, everything. Everyone is already everything beyond it, all at once. That was the gnosis that, I wish to inspire in them, and I just trust that I have. I trust that I do, because my reflection's not really going away, even if they don't necessarily read me up front in person, every one of them. But I wanted to still make an effort to reach one more being that cognizes something special within themselves, based on something outside of themselves that reminded them of something of their own. And so that is a little taste of the unboundedness that I am, that I wish to share. So